Hey guys, and welcome back to another super fresh video. I'm Plant Eats, and this is the Plant Eats YouTube channel, and I'm so happy that you decided to click on this little video today. As the title says, I am leaving. I have decided it's time. I got myself a plane ticket, and I'm leaving my home base here in Vancouver, British Columbia. I'm really lucky because my job ended just today. I'm a summer school I'm a teacher, but I also teach summer school, and it ended today. It was a little bittersweet, I have to say, because the kids I was teaching were awesome, and I'll really miss them. Some of them I'll still be able to see, but others are from other schools, so it'll be kind of sad. I won't probably see them much in the future, but obviously I wish them all the very best. So I am giving myself a little holiday for the next month. I'm going to be traveling across the country. Tomorrow I leave for Ottawa first, and then off to the East Coast to visit family and friends. And I will say this, that because I'm going to be all over the place, I'm going to make the greatest effort possible to vlog while I'm away and upload for you guys. I've really loved in the past month or so reconnecting with you guys again, and it's never really the same if you leave YouTube for a little while. It feels a little unusual coming back. The relationship or the connection that you might have had with viewers changes, and so I don't want to disturb that. I'm loving it, and I want to keep that going. So I also will say that, you know, you hear YouTubers say how much they love their audiences. It is 100%. I mean, it's so true. And so I just want to tell you that I'm going to be committed to this channel. Even though I'm leaving, I'm going to try to stay on YouTube. And then when September begins, I'm really hoping that I can just be really super consistent on my uploads and try to get more frequency. And I know a lot of you guys like channels where they're uploading more often so you can connect on a more regular basis. So I'm going to try to do that, and we'll see what the fall holds. So with that, I do want to, since I have your attention, since you decided to drop by and say hello, there were a few things that I did want to mention to you guys. And one of them, I wrote a few things down here just to keep my train of thought. But one thing I wanted to say to you guys, and this is all coming from the comment section. The comment section, I tell you, is a real labor of love. I try to read all your comments. I try to comment back and connect with people. And I will also say that some of my harshest critics have become new online friends. And it's been pretty amazing to take something that could have been really terrible and try to save it and try to save that relationship. Remember, whenever someone leaves words, there's a real human being behind those words, and I'm really trying to hear what they have to say. People are speaking their truth. They're speaking from the heart, and you know, sometimes it comes across a little edgy, but if you just engage people and talk to people, they appreciate that, and they feel like you really do want to hear. It's not just us against them. So I'm just so happy that I'm able to talk to so many different minded people. And look, so long as we're talking, that is always a path to middle ground, and you know, it's great to talk to people. But I want to say this, and that my main point is that in the comments, you guys just say amazing things about your life and your lives, and I want to start showing more of that in the videos. You guys, some of you guys have been vegan for a really long time, or plant-based, or you're close to plant-based, and you tell me these stories that just give me shivers. It's amazing. And don't forget, and this is for those of you who struggle a little bit, right? Because there's a lot of mixed messaging out there, a lot of confused and incorrect information. Some people find it hard to maintain their resolve on their vegan diet. What you're doing is so powerful. It matters. And even if you went vegan and never told a soul, you're changing the planet. And many of you have already achieved a high level of respect in your communities, in your respective communities, for many reasons and many things that you guys do. And when someone finds out that you're vegan, that matters. That means a lot, because they think, wow, like, this person's already an amazing human being and they're vegan. Maybe there's something to that. And it gets them thinking. and makes them sort of probe something that they wouldn't otherwise have. Don't forget, people can't unknow things, and you're just dropping little seeds of consciousness. So don't forget that, and let that be a little piece of motivation moving you forward, and what you're doing does matter. I also want to say too that there are some of you, and again, this is coming from reading your comments, some of you are suffering an awful lot. And I think what it is that some people, especially younger people, and some older people too, I don't want to be an ageist here, they have this really high level of empathy. And I think what happens is, as they go on different videos or read or learn about factory farming and the way that animals are treated, they internalize that and they suffer a great deal. If you're in that position, please don't go down with any ship. Nobody wants you to suffer yourself. It's not about you suffering, because when you're weak, you can't be strong for the right reasons, and your message gets blurred and it just doesn't represent you the way you need to be representing yourself. So if you are hurting, if you're sad, if you're anxious, if you're overwhelmed, then please get a support system. And maybe that's talking to your parents, maybe it's talking to friends that think in that they understand where you're coming from. And if you're older and you have the resources, maybe it's about getting some professional help. But don't let that bottle up inside you, because that's not a good thing. Nobody wants, you do not have to be suffering for the sake of animals. That's not what this is about. It's about being strong and helping people, right? You need to be at your best. I wanted to say that. And also wanted to say that some of you do experience your veganism in isolation, and it does have a way of making you question whether or not you should be vegan. And what has moved me is that at least a few of you have said that you want to reestablish your commitment to your past vegan diet or your past plant-based diet or something close to it. Maybe you heard things that made you question whether it was healthy. Maybe you had a little bit of gas, I don't know, and it made you wonder if that was so healthy. I don't mean to minimize those things, but sometimes we just start reading things in ways that make us question our decisions. But that you've decided that through my videos, you decided to give it another shot and do your best at it. And I think that's amazing. That's motivation. And when you leave those comments, people read them and they realize they're not alone. So if you're alone, leave a comment and that will resonate with other people. And man, that will make a huge ripple effect difference. And I will, as I said, I'm going to try to incorporate, not necessarily directly, I'm not a motivational speaker, but I'm going to try to sort of steer the content in my videos to people who are looking to be motivated and to stay on track with their diets. So, you know, it's pretty awesome. Another thing that I want to say is this. I do believe my videos are important. The longer I'm vegan, the more I realize that a vegan diet or a plant-based diet is so misunderstood. There's so much poor messaging out there, and some of it's coming from people who do not have your health at heart. They don't care about you. And they'll say things to benefit themselves. I've said this before in past videos. It needs to be repeated time and time again. And you just have to keep in mind that it is important. What you're doing is important. What I'm doing on this channel is important. And together, what we do together is powerful. So I just want you to realize that a plant-based diet is healthy. It is good for you. It is good for the animals. It is good for the planet. And just make sure that you don't forget that. That is not controversial, but there are a few people out there, more than a few, who want to make it seem controversial. It is not an issue of controversy, my friends. So you might have some personal issues that make managing a plant-based diet difficult or a vegan diet difficult, but this is something you can work out. And does it matter? You damn well know it matters. It's very important. And the last point I want to make has to do with a message that someone left, and there have been other messages like this in the past, but this one sort of hit home because it kind of made me a little bit emotional, because the person basically said that they really like watching my content. They've been with me since the beginning, for over 2 years, and when I read it, it sort of made me feel, I don't know, a combination between happy, shame, not feeling worthy. I mean, just a whole list of emotions. And it made me wonder, well, where's this coming from? Like, why am I feeling this way, especially now? Because I don't think I ever really felt that before with my videos and the comments. And I think it's just hanging around longer and longer on YouTube, being a little reflective of the content that I've produced in the past, and not always looking back and being as proud as I'd like to be with some of the videos that I've produced. It's kind of hard being on YouTube, because you have a message, you know what you want to say, and then it doesn't always come out in the way that you want to say it. And then you sort of get stuck in a pattern for some good reasons and it's a bunch of bad reasons. And you can temporarily feel proud of what you're doing, but then time has a way of making you really understand what you're doing and the impact that what you're doing has. And you know, I've taken videos down. I haven't always been 100% proud of everything that I've produced, but please don't doubt that the intention behind every video that I've ever made on this platform has been to support my single message. And sometimes I thought I could do it a little indirectly, getting attention in ways to bring attention to that issue, because I didn't feel confident enough to say it in maybe the ways I'm saying it more recently. But it just sort of made me feel a little bit emotional, because it made me think that the person is able to see beyond some of the antics and some of the drama and realize that, you know, there is a decent human being behind all that. So I just want to let you guys know that even though I've struggled a little bit on this platform, I'm not saying everything I've produced is crap. I think some of the stuff I've done is pretty good. But you know, it's not an easy thing sometimes to go in front of a camera and share with people how you really feel, because there's always fear of judgment, there's fear of performance, anxiety, shyness. I've shared some of these things with you guys in past videos. Anxiety, trying to find style and voice, that's not easy. And I'm not asking you to necessarily overlook mistakes, because mistakes are mistakes, but I'm going to be the first to admit that I've made a few mistakes. And I just want you to know that I'm here to be as direct and honest and forthright with you guys. And that's going to be sort of the style of my videos going forward. And hopefully that connects with some of you. So the future is clear, it's simple, it's just me, my message, and hopefully you can help me get that message out, and that's where I'm going to end it today. So thank you so much if you're a new subscriber. A bunch of you have subscribed recently, and I just appreciate that all to hell. And for those of you obviously that have been on this channel for 2 years, I'm just like humbled by that, and I just want you to know how much I do appreciate it, and I appreciate you. If you're new to the channel, if this is your first video, then please consider subscribing to the Plan Eats YouTube channel. Click that little subscribe button, and next to it the little bell icon, and you'll get notifications for all my uploads immediately. It's free of charge to subscribe to my channel, so hit that little red button if you could. I'm also on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, so if you'd like to connect with me on those other platforms, the links are down below in the description box, and I look forward to seeing you all very soon for another super fresh video.